Shalom, Yasharel. My head is bowed to all the princes of Yasharel, especially Yahudah today. Bent low. So I'm on a fast because Father said, I want you to go in there. I want you to prosecute this. I won't come without him. But I just want to serve you two warnings right now. First of all, for those of you that asked me to do the videos and not just do the ones with my lions up there representing me and Father, I'm giving you what you want. So you're going to have to take two things. You're going to have to take the evidence as real and good as gold. And you're going to have to let me bring it to you the way that he created me to do it. Now, I don't teach like a Christian. Though I was over there, I did not be conformed to it. Y'all always had a day to bring me out to bring you this. So whether you listen again, it's up to you. Because I know that our people are just stiff-necked and they don't hear anything. They can see something with their own two eyes and they will say, I didn't see that, and go on loving it. But today, I'm going to give you a chance to wake your ass up and see that everything that you're seeing with the murder of Takeoff is Yahuah that is busting that ass out. For those of you that watched my video the other day, it stood out to me today that Father said through me, and I don't question what he says, I just let him have it. Before I come on here to you, I'm your vessel, your instrument. Say what you want to say to your people, Father. And I heard him say and address them that no matter how much blood you drop on it, I'm going to make it come back on your head. And that's what you're seeing. I find it ironic that I don't even, and I'm going to make you a promise, I'm going to swear it in my Father's name, Yahuah. I didn't even know who this group was because I don't participate in witchcraft. When he taught me what it was, I turned my feet to his laws. I had nothing else to do with it. I don't keep up with that stuff. Didn't know who they were. Don't know any of their music except for one video. I'm going to bring that in evidence to you today. But when I came to you about Kanye West, I felt his anger because he's tired of this industry and this people, our own people, setting you up. Setting you up. But because we know that these three were slaves to an industry, we know that they tell them everything to do. They were the ones that okayed the video and released it. Because they're celebrated slaves, they do as they're told. Well, why woke out here to it? Yahuah will have it no other way for you to make a solid and concrete, wise decision for you and for your children, your seed. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? And so he's letting you see it full force. I had no idea anything was coming when I made that Kanye West video to expose that stuff to you with him. I had no idea something was coming. I just hot-trotted and went on about my day. Here we are again with another prince shot down. But I mean to tell you that Father said I was there. I saw the plans, and I'm going to expose it all. And then you can make a good and sound decision whether you want to sponsor it, support it, buy and sell for it. Because I'm going to see you as a witch like I see them, but I'm going to expose this shit to you today. And it is dung. Yeah, Yah uses that word because there's a lot of shit out here. So I don't know how long this is going to take. It's Yah's video. So we're just going to talk. Now, I believe he spoke to those witches. Because I'm going to tell you Yah's side first, and I'm going to bring the evidence to you. You know how we do? And I'm only speaking to the ones that Yah led to me as a flock on YouTube and Facebook. And you can wander on in here if you want. Yes, it will save your life. Or you can wander on out and you're going to die. But this is how shit is today. Because y'all said, I'm taking this over. He already has. We're wide woke out here. And we, his prophets, have been teaching you this stuff. Watch out for it. Because the industry that is open Satanism that we know it to be today, and fuck, even Putin knows it, is killing our people. Edom, Esau, they're still their masters. And I've been posting things that Yah has been taking me in there and making me look at, and I'm making you look at it. And if you don't look at it, it's on you, not me. Because I deliver everything to you that he says to me. Yah is exposing this out. They are angry that so much video was taken. That was Yah. Because if there's one thing I know, Yahuah loves drama. And they pull out those phones. But see, Yah is using this shit against them that they used to have in secret. And would do in your face. And then the next day you go buy everything that person made eat them some more money. And not even look at what it was, a human sacrifice for gain and worship. They want to be fucking gods like us so bad they can't stand it, but you are not. And I will prove that today because you have gotten sloppy. And now, because there's so many of us out there that Yah's got marching through these camps saying, look, and exposing your ass, everything is folding in on this industry right now, and you ain't seen nothing yet, Father said. The whole earth is seeing that this was a blood sacrifice in your fucking face. And we are pissed. That is why they haven't came out. That is why they're all in hiding. I want you to know that in the briefing in the police department the other day, when they were briefing on this case, one of the reporters said, your office sits right above where this took off. Boy, that was a bombshell question. How did you not see anything? Now, I didn't hear what the response was because I was so blown away by that. But if they tell you it was closed and nobody was on duty, we know that's bullshit from the start and a lie straight from hell. Because Satan never takes a nap. Do you understand that shit? We are so wide woke out here, we are solving cases ourselves. Because of Yahuah. Now tell the children of Israel. We ain't Israel. And you better stop saying that shit because you're assigning yourself to it. And I cancel those God's names out in Yahuah's name. You ain't shit today. We wide woke on that ass. And you ain't saving nobody. And my Father, the only true Elohim of Genesis, Yahuah, is smashing everything that you're doing and bringing it back on your heads. If you go back to listen to that video that y'all had me put out where he spoke himself, this one's going to be a mind blower. Y'all's exposing this. Y'all let cameras be there. Because I'm going to tell you something that my Father showed to me about Takeoff. You know why he sat back? Why he was to himself? Quiet. He did what he was told to do. When he got off camera, he went right back into seclusion because he wasn't cut from that wicked cloth and his heart wasn't in it. So he became the lamb. Y'all told us this stuff. He became the lamb. And what you're looking at is a video that was released messy, because Edom loves that shit. They used to make our brothers fight to the death while they drank back and they enjoyed that shit. It's called games. It's always been a part of Rome, but at the expense of our fucking people and brothers and princes. It's gonna come back on that ass. It is right now. He exposed every fucking bit of it so that we could go in there and then analyze every fucking stitch of that fucking video. And we watched a prince fall while his homie, his uncle, Quavo, ran the fuck up with a bright red shirt on that signified to every fucking body awake and to these fucking industry. Sacrifice. And then we see his nephew drop. And he stands down there. We saw it. We can study this for our fucking selves and make our own decisions today. We don't need a fucking police department. Just covering it up. And Yahuah has got every voice in the United States saying, fuck you. This looks too much like the rest of our princes. Eat them. Because you better know, Quavo's in trouble. Every fucking one of them are. But Yahuah has exposed these white men that sit back and make money off this shit. Because they give the orders. What they give the order on? What did they say? Publish the very day that you take him to the place of slaughter. Messy. Y'all said, I want you to go in there and look at one video. That's it. I didn't even know it was just published that day. I promise you, I'm telling you the truth. I have no reason to lie to your ass. I'm bringing you a message from my father, Yahuah. You take it or leave it. And when I went in there and looked at that, I posted what he showed me in that video, including the wallpaper that's behind him that if you zero in on, it's a stick man that's laying in somewhat position with a black glove on, with its head blown off, and blood splattered, almost like it was. He has a contract and a gun. See, what it is they think that we're not paying attention to this shit today, and they can pull this shit like they always have with every one of them. But y'all said today is it, honey. I don't care how much blood you spill on it. This fucking illusion and this witchcraft has fallen in your fucking lap, and that's why you're hiding. Because nobody is buying this shit that really loved him and didn't even know him, that saw his spirit. And I'm going to tell you something. I'd like to see his phone and the messages that were putting out, because I'm going to tell you something. That brother, that prince, knew something was fucking up. He knew it. You could see it all over him. And let's get back to the video. You got the gun in the contract. You got him wearing big-ass chains now around his wrists that have diamonds in them for you, but signify to his masters, I am a celebrity slave, and I do as I'm told. He's a slave. They added the diamonds to make it for you to get off on. So, ooh, my goodness, he's made it. No, he hadn't. He's going to see that. Yahuah said. And then you have a yoke around his neck of slavery and bondage, because he belongs to their Christianity. He has a cross. He has the white Jesus, the rubies that signify the blood that is bullshit all the day long. If he did exist, he was nothing but a Mason sacrifice like you saw with Takeoff, an innocent that Yahuah does not believe in, nor will he condone or tolerate. This is witchcraft. And then after he's rubbing his fucking head and saying, I don't give a damn about anybody fucking his woman. I just do not. That's the game. That's all in there. You should have known that shit. You take offense to it. And then you see his nephew, his own blood, standing next to the Grim Reaper that also belongs to Esau, Edom. The angel of death standing right next to him saying, rest in peace. I gave all this shit to you yesterday. He got a cross behind him on the bed. We all know this is Egyptian sun worship witchcraft. And no less that Moshe had to face when he was freeing us, and they took with us. That y'all had to have the earth swallow them up with it. It's all the same. And then you got where they're sleeping at the beginning of it. You best believe this boy woke up and said, where the fuck am I at? Do you understand how wicked this is, where they say they love somebody, but they slaughter them out like that? He was shot 3 fucking times. Nobody else was shot. He told you in his video it was going to be over gambling. That's what we're going to use as a scapegoat. It's bullshit. Because he showed you in the video what it was. But he thinks you're too stupid to think for yourself and say, well, wait a minute, that doesn't look right. I'm not going to let you be stupid. Because I'm going to tell you something. Father is crushing this shit as quickly as they made it. He created it all to destroy them. But they're taking down our princes. This is no rap war. These are blood sacrifices to false gods, so that the musician or the poet rapper can rise up and keep all those pretty little trinkets he's got in the fake house, because it's not yours if it can be suddenly taken away, Yahuah said. And now he's hiding, because all the other times their buddies could come out and there was all kinds of love around them. But God's got the people awake today. Quavo knows. Shit! This did not go down right. And now everybody that was there and involved in it is trying to get the fuck away from them. Even the police are on fucking watch. Believe that shit. We're watching it. This video messy, which indeed it was. Yes, it was messy. He made sure everybody saw that shit. So did Yahuah. Yes, he did, and it sparked anger. Put the blame right where it belongs, Quavo, in the industry. Esau. He ain't getting that love. This has done exactly what y'all said. I don't give a damn how much blood you put on it. I'm going to bring it back on your head the day before it happened. That was for you, Yasharel. Because y'all sees it all. It was messy. And then you got him at the beginning of the video again. And he's coming out of a dream and looks over at him, and he almost looks dead in his sleep, which is the way he was left. He didn't know what the fuck was going on. And when he went to defend his uncle was all the way out of harm's way. And he took 3 shots, one execution style to the back of the fucking head. You know why? Because when he took the first one, you can see his body go down and he went to turn. And that's when he was popped in the back of the head. And they're going to try to use a scapegoat that he said he just went berserk with the gun, started popping off and shot him. It was an accidentally friendly fire. Yahuah said that shit will not play, because my people today are awoke, and even the ones that even don't even know me and don't belong to me, they are woke to this shit. And not only did you and the industry take out someone that is a prince and loved by those people, you created it to cause a harm exactly what it's done. An emotional harm and cut to the people that pay that money for you to live the way you do in secret and behind the veil. We all know what's going on today. Yahuah himself is teaching us and letting us see, and he's waking up everybody to what's been done here. That video has broke the laws in so many ways, and they yet let it be released. It broke their own laws. It's a premeditation under the law. But they never thought that it was going to come back on them like this. They thought that Quavo was going to go ahead and give his blood sacrifice. I'm going to tell you something else. If they go out there carrying that coffin like they did Whitney Houston's and all the rest of them with those hands crossed and it's just sitting on their shoulder, that means sacrifice completed, baby. And we're watching for it. We're watching fucking everything, and we're exposing the shit out of it exactly the way Yahuah tells us to. He is Elohim over earth now. And we, his chosen people in covenant, know exactly how to go into his courtrooms and pray prayers that all your shit falls and hits the ground, comes back, hits you in your forehead, and he turns these people on you like the dogs you are for taking advantage of them, for taking mothers' children into this, for being a part of it and supporting it. Nobody's stupid out here, and we expect some arrests, lots of them. Because you are going to have to answer to the people that are searching this case and working it out for themselves. And I do want to add that Yasharel's out there busting ass on these videos, and they don't give a damn about who don't like it. We don't care. We do not tiptoe. We bust that ass out. We study. We fast. And we communicate with Father. He knows more than we do. He's busting them out. This is open Satanism. Do you understand what I'm saying? Excuse me. And we know it to be so. And I'm going to be honest, when I watched this video, I was so livid, my stomach was killing me. Then I had to go back in there and study those videos, frame by frame, to see what happened. And I'm telling you, this young man knew that something was up. He knew it. God gives us a spirit that we feel it, and he did. Oh, he did. That's why he tried to stay off, like he always does. He wasn't cut from the same cloth, and he couldn't adapt to this bullshit wickedness. And so he became a blood sacrifice for his uncle and this industry and whoever else was involved in it to rise. That's how it works. Book of Jeremiah, book of Ezekiel, book of Daniel, and all the rest of them. Just fucking pick one. Because Yah has always been talking to Esau about this bullshit. They are the only enemy he has. Never has, ever has. That's why they're hiding from you. Because they see how the public is looking at this now. And it is not so easy. And we have the evidence, the people, that can judge this for what it is. And we see right through it. Because Yahuah taught us what witchcraft was. And if you go along with this shit and you celebrate him and lift him up and buy his shit or anything else that this industry puts out, now that you know, there's been many taken. And the thing is you can't blame the industry either. Yahuah has pulled down the pants of Quavo and caught him in his own snare. No one can deny that. Oh yes, we're expecting a lot of charges. And I'm going to tell you something, a lot more is going to come out. Because now that people are woke and they're going in there and they're studying this stuff like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, he's got a cross on, oh my God, this is really what Christianity is. And when they do, Yahuah said, it is going to come back on you. For the people have always been the ones to tear the government down and destroy it. Their own people. But now, Yehuda, Gad, Reuben, and every other Yasharel in here, and even just a latent person, is wide woke on this bullshit, and their stomachs are aching over this, especially when they got to watch it for themselves. And the aftermath of it. And the shit that turns Esau on. To see his brain and all of his life source. His blood drain out. And forever that spot will be a place of an altar. Because that's where the sacrifice took place. The place of slaughter. That's what an altar means in my language, ancient Hebrew. Why they take your donations for foundations and they push his music and they raise his uncle and expect the people to be in there in pity. Y'all said last days, my people will not, the clay, will not join with the iron, which is Rome, and their ways, which is witchcraft, open Satanism. And we are not. Even people that are just waking up, that are green as the grass, are looking at this, looking at this government, because they serve the same gods, they do the same shit. And Yah is exposing it to destroy it from within. That's why he said take no part in it. Don't support it. Don't give it a dime. Boycott it. And I'm going to tell you something. Before, when I was getting my notes together and I was talking to Yahuah in the office, I had a vision. I had a vision that when these boys come forth into the public, that I'm telling you, there were so many people, again, they turned their backs to him. And Yahuah said, I'm going to make it happen. Because I'm going to keep showing you what happened. But if you can't watch that video messy, they wanted it messy, and put two and two together, and not turn your back on this shit and let them sit and watch Yahuah destroy it with you out of it, you're going to go with it. If you give them any compassion or any wiggle room out of this boy's death, this prince's death, that never got in trouble, hasn't got any children, doesn't have a female woman that he's fell in love with, maybe he didn't want to bring her in on this shit, and he didn't want to have what the fucking industry had to offer him, which was filth, what Yahuah calls whorism. He was so different from them. He made me study him. And then he showed me things. He was trying to separate himself from it, and they knew it. And the thing is, this is what made me sob. Is when he said, maybe I can get my flowers now. And they ended up being funeral flowers that mean nothing to him. And when you die, now this is in our books, You're fully awake and aware of what's happened, what is, and what reality really is. That means Yahuah's way and how you've been played. That's the kicker of it. So imagine what he's going through right now. And where were you, Quavo? You were out of the way. We all saw it. All of it. Even the Elohim of Genesis. And he's going to bust all your asses out. And there's going to be great rage. You and this industry with this thing right here that y'all allowed you to do this shit, thinking you were so brazen, full of arrogance and pride. Because with the wicked, he is cunning. And you and this industry has sold themselves out. And let me just tell you something. They allowed you to release this. They know we're wide woke. So tell me, were you a sacrifice for this too? They knew that people were going to turn on you for this because we're not stupid out here. We're putting this shit together. You should have realized that stuff. So did they use you as a sacrifice too to end it all and make money off of you while you slept? You don't sleep. Believe me, if Abel right now is praying to this day, Book of Enoch, and asking and begging Yah to wipe Esau, Edom, Canaan, off the face of this earth forever, you are fully fucking conscious, buddy. And I could see Yahuah tormenting him to you, using him as a torment. And if you noticed in that video, when Quavo was leaving to come out of the house with Takeoff, there was all kinds of things attacking him. Do you see that shit? Nothing gets by this bitch. Huh? I'm a wolf when he sends me to study. I see it all. But did you see that shit? That's exactly what's about to happen to him. Not only with demons that Yahuah is sending, that he conjured to torment the shit out of him like they did Saul, but the people. He's going to be covered with shame, like Yahuah said, and he's going to wear that shit like a robe, along with Kanye and all the rest of them. He's bitch slapping every fucking one of them. So when you saw that shit coming back on him and all the cobwebs on him and him trying to get out, and then he looks at Takeoff and goes, yeah, you're gonna go through it here with the people and even your masters for fucking this up. And when you close your eyes to go to sleep, like Takeoff. I'm going to tell you something. To give all you some compassion out there, Yah is doing this, and he knew how many was going to fall to it. If they had been over here, they would have never have died. They would still be alive. I want to tell you that right now, but I'm going to tell you something else. My father is so compassionate that he saw Takeoff's heart from the start and the withdrawal of it. Family members will make you do some shit and make you feel some guilt if you don't. He was judged by his heart, even though he's gone. Yahuah could still have mercy on that and keep him in a place of peace until he's judged and gives an account. But Quavo, no prayer you say will reach him. And this blood was spilt in vain, because it indeed has come back on your head and this industry's head and woke up so many people with anger and rage. I think you're pretty much through. And the more that this comes out, and how all the other times nothing was done and there was a scapegoat put out front to take the heat for the rest of them, that's not going to work. We have too much video. And we understand he has masters that put him out there like that. But what arrogance for you to post that shit in a video, including the gambling that you were going to use as an excuse for an accidental shooting, friendly or not, you're going to pay for that shit, y'all said. You look like the witch you are, and everyone around you. And he dropped just like the lamb that you made him to be. But these are not the old days anymore. Yahuah is exposing this shit like he is Lady Liberty's ass. And now your skirts have been lifted. Maybe he got rid of him because he wouldn't conform to the wickedness that y'all do behind closed doors that are against our Hebrew laws. Because I noticed from the day one of his career, he was husky, and when he died, he was skinny. I could see it in his last photo and the photos before it. That means his spirit was not resonating with this, and that's why he was slaughtered. Plus he knows secrets. Couldn't take a chance on that. But we know those same secrets, and we're watching you now. And we have an Elohim. You do not, as you see. And he is doing all of it. Your fights with him. We are carrying the message. I heard, I don't mention any names on here because I'm not going to glorify any fucking one of you. Y'all knows you by names, but we are not YouTube whores. We're not YouTube whores out here spreading lies. We're spreading the truth. We're opening it up, and we are telling what the fuck happened for real. And no matter how far you try to separate yourself, Yahuah said, the Elohim of Genesis, that all this nation fears. Every witch in hell fears him. Every witch on earth fears him. Is putting a stop to it. And he used this to let you all dig a hole for yourself. There was no compassion in you or the love. We watched men walk by that say they love this boy as he bled out on the ground like he was a dog. They got hit by a car or something. Stop it. We see it all. We're not looking for it through mankind eyes anymore. We are looking through Yahuah's eyes, and he's showing it to us. And we, the prophets of Yahuah, today over Yasharel, the Hebrews, the chosen people here in America, are waking our other princes up and bringing them the fuck out of Rome. Because we have an Elohim. They do not. Indeed, it's messy wickedness. And it's coming to a stop. For you, and for the industry, your Adonais, which is masters. Because we see them too. Oh, you're not skipping up out of here. We are all looking at you. Have been. And now Yah is raising a standard against you. Because we know the secrets. And we know the mysteries. To everyone else out here that's supporting this shit, keep your pockets. Or like they say, your bag. Because I guarantee you, if you drop one dime on this, you buy anything from it, Yahuah said, I will curse every footstep you take, because I showed you, I brought you the evidence of it, and they told on themselves. It was premeditated murder. He was indeed set up. It was witchcraft. It was a fucking illusion over gambling. But the blood that was spilled on that witchcraft is not working for them anymore, because the illusion did not sway us from what we saw with our own eyes, and judges over righteousness and wickedness. Do you understand that shit? Y'all's not letting them turn another face. They're going to face this head on. And I did not even know what he was warning the other day. But I do as he tells me. And my master is the one you should fear from here on in. Because this has failed all the way around. And all eyes are on you and no one else. In Psalms, my father said, with the pure of heart, he is pure of heart. I believe that Takeoff was pure of heart. But with the wicked, I am cunning. And if this is not the most cunning, come back on your head thing. And then the demons that belong to Yahuah, that they conjured on this shit to come out there and play spells on you, the public, that really pretty much failed. We see it as it is, a blood sacrifice by witches to be worshipped as gods and have material things, has come back on their heads full force, with pity for the victim, the lamb, and no one else. Separate yourself from it. Get away from it. And I'm telling you, he knew. He knew something wasn't right. I'm blown away by it. It's just heartbreaking. I can't even stand it. I'm telling you, I can't even stand how wicked this is. And then to see him laying there with his blood coming out messy like they wanted it. Like he showed you on that wallpaper behind him on that bed. If you zoom into it, you will see it. I posted it. And thought you were so stupid that you would watch this video and it's released the day he died. He's dead on that just hours after Halloween. You got me fucked up if you don't see that shit. And you deserve to go down with it. If you fund it or support it, or don't call every single fucking one of them, even the industry, to a court of law. Because Yahuah's exposing them. And he's raising the people up against them with evidence that proves that they're lying, and you're not gonna wiggle waggle out of this shit anymore. Yahuah's doing it. Because he's the only Elohim over this earth now, honey. And you will find none of your gods show up for you to deliver you out of his hand. You watch this shit explode. It's not going to go the way you thought it was, Yahuah said. I'm not going to meet you as a man. This is a record that I did indeed bring this message to you. And it's up to you what to do with it, Father said. My hands are clean, just like it says in Ezekiel. And this is a record that you were given to it. Hell is coming to this shit. Because y'all said I'm going to raise it up against it. If you're with it, I'll take you down with it. If you take company with it, or you even love it, he's the one that sees your heart. You're going to go down with it. I see you as a witch. And my pet people better get away from it and stop partaking of it in any kind of way. That means concerts and everything, baby, because those are rituals. You're not asleep anymore. And now you have to have self-discipline, come to the law, because it commands change. Because of this wickedness that we just witnessed. And you better hate it, like my father does, like I do, and every other Yasharellan. That's why woke and out here exposing it to you. Do you understand? My job is to deliver the message, and I have done that. Until the next time, my head is bowed to all the princes of Yasharel. And this is going to be a joy to watch. Hallelujah. Yahuah. 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 Shalom.